Well, as I always say, Mondays are the most boring day starting the week. However, we intend to keep your Mondays fun and exciting here on DWZ. So, for today, we're only going to focus on one review, and this is the much recent GLEAT show with version 12, featuring 3 title matches, UWF rules match, and other matches as well. And then, of course, we cap up this episode with, of course, with some news updates to give you guys updates what's been going on in the world of pro wrestling, such as what events the promotions are thrown out, who's booked, what matches are set, and of course, some developments that are happening in the world of pro wrestling that needs to be addressed. So, let's get ready for another episode of the Leaded Wrestle Zone.
Are you ready? Get up, get up! 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 Get up, get up!
Hey everyone, welcome to the Leaded Wrestle Zone. All things that is pro wrestling with AEW, NXT, New Japan Pro Wrestling, TNA, the National Wrestling Alliance, various promotions, wrestlers, matches, and championships. I am your host, Jay right here. So, if you are new to the channel, welcome. This is the channel where we do a lot of pro wrestling reviews from various promotions, not only here in the United States, but also in Japan, Mexico, Canada, Europe, the UK, anywhere in the world where pro wrestling is not as big, but it continues to grow. We also do discussion videos, talk about various topics such as the wrestlers themselves, the promotions, factions, storylines, whatever we want to talk about. We also do more news updates. If I'm unable to put certain information on this episode, I can put it on a separate video by itself. We also do real-timing news updates to keep you guys on alert if something has happened in the world of pro wrestling that needs to be addressed ASAP. We also do Naga Sayaka Watch and various other cool things as well. So if you like what you see, please subscribe to us or click on that subscribe button. You'll be getting a lot of daily reviews and other cool wrestling content as well. But if you like this episode, please give us a like on the like button or a nice comment in the description down below. Now, all introduction is set aside. As you all know, I got a fresh new haircut, cut my beard, and I feel so much refreshed for all of you. So, let's begin with our only review, and that is, of course, GLEAT version 12. Okay, GLEAT version 12. This one is their much recent show, one of their big shows, and this took place at the Tokyo Dome City Hall. Not the actual Tokyo Dome where we see Wrestle Kingdom and the much bigger events. This is like another area from the Tokyo Dome as well. First things first, what I love the most when they do events like these, they actually do the roll call. Of course, bringing out the wrestlers from the main roster to be involved in this, to introduce themselves and all this and that. Now, our first match, we have a bit of a 5-person tag match, because we only have one female in the roster that's always there wrestling with the men. We have Junji, Michiko, Jun Tonsho, John Lando, he's from the UK, and of course Shuji Ishikawa. They face against Rika Aitaka, Yukimitsu Takanashi, he's from the Ibushi Pro Wrestling Lab, which is, I'm going to presume, the wrestling school from Kota Ibushi. Then there's, of course, Tomato Kanjo. I don't know who he is. He's also from the same Ibushi organization. Then Yumehito Inamari and Tyson Maiguchi. So I'm not sure exactly. I'm trying to find more information about that, but we'll get to that. The match was pretty good, I have to say, not bad. But I have to say the way this match ended was impressive. What's his name? John Lando did something I did not expect. Now you guys seen wrestlers that can do the shooting star press. Well, he did his, but you know how it is. You have to land in your stomach once you do the flip. However, he did that instead of landing in his stomach. He pulled it off by landing on his back onto his opponent's uh, torso, and I think that was who was it that got it? Oh yeah, it was who was it? Takahashi. So basically, that was very impressive. I don't know if he's been doing that a lot, but I don't know. But we'll see. Now, our next match, we have the Yans family, consistent of Issei Onitsuka, Yusuke Kanda. They take on um, Kazuki Irada and, of course, Minoru Tanaka. Now, these two have been recently been hanging around, having a bit of fun. But the one thing that, of course, Jan's family did is they got in the way by not allowing these guys to do their dance routine. But however, they did. Minoru Tanaka did get his little revenge for that when he in fact applied a foot stomp onto Onitsuka, allowing for them to get win. And then it's party dance, of course. Everybody in the ring gets involved. Not the Jan's family too. I thought that was real fun to have, as an ending. Now, before our next match even begins, we see Dorian Roldan. Now, those who know who he is, Dorian Roldan is the director of AAA. His father used to be the owner, so is his mom, but the original owner is his late uncle Antonio Peña, his mom's brother. So it's great to see him because one of his talents was involved in this one, and that is, of course, Octagon Jr. He teams up with Soma Watanabe. Now, I'm not sure if AAA are trying to form an alliance with GLEAT. That's something I'm sure many of you may ask. That is still unclear to me as well. Um, but some Watanabe and Octagon Jr. they face against Takuma and SBK. Now, of course, Takuma and SBK have done many of their share deals in Mexico in the past, but you would think that they are the favorite to win. But however, it was in fact Octagon Jr. who was able to pick up the win when he pinned Takuma, and just like that, it was over. Now, our next match, we have the Strong Hearts consistent of Takehito Yamamura, um, Seiki Yoshioka, and of course T-Hawk. They take on BGI's Kotaro Suzuki, Soi Daimonji, and of course Hartley Jackson. But of course, Strong Hearts made the beeline straight to BGI because BGI they like to be the first ones to do it, but they beat them to it. However, this match, and thanks to the interference from Soi Daimonji when he whacked, of course, um, Yamamura with a belt, and just like that, Suzuki applied a somewhat of an underhook power bomb onto Yonomari to pick up the win, and Suzuki picked up the win for his team. Now, our next match, we have the Bulk Orchestra, consisting of Ryuichi Kawakami, Kazuma Sakamoto, and Quiet Storm. They take on against Game Raz, Kendo Kashi, and Kazuyuki Fujita. Now, what's interesting is their manager, whoever he is, this old guy. Oh, sorry, guys, something's itching my foot. Anyway, what's happening is that this guy grabbed the microphone to do the introduction, but however, they actually made the initial attack against Bulk Orchestra. I didn't know what to expect in this match. I mean, Bulk Orchestra are one of the most dominating forces within GLEAT, but somehow it was Fujita who picked up the win when he applied a PK, a punk kick, onto Kazuma Sakamoto, and just like that, it was over. Now, our next match, it is one of 3 title matches. This is the G Infinity Tag Team titles. We have BGI's Tetsuya Izushi and Kaito Ishida. They take on Kaz Hayashi and Shima. Now, don't forget, Kaz Hayashi is going to retire real soon, so the real question, can he retire with the belt or lose them? But of course, Ishida, a scumbag that he is, he grabbed the referee, and then Hayashi actually took the referee out by accident, allowing for his cohorts, those morons, BGI, to show up and interfere. but it was Ishida with a German suplex that allowed him to pick up the win for the tag titles, which was really disappointing. But we'll see what happens down the line with them. Now, our next match is the G-Rex title. This is the top champion in the wrestling side of GLEAT. We have Yuki Ino. You may have seen him in DDT. He actually faces against Hayato Tamura for the belt. So basically, this was a bit of a hoss fight, if you don't know what I'm talking about. Now, these guys were doing like one of those, like, you run towards me, that sort of thing, see if you can knock me out with your running. And I think that was one of those impressive moments because you don't know who was going to do it. But it was Tamura who was able to pick up the win when he did a big lariat onto Yuki Ino, allowing himself to win. So they had nobody came out to challenge him, but nonetheless, it was over for that. Now, our next match, we have a bit of an exhibition match. It's been a while since we've seen this guy. Kota Ibushi himself made his return. Now, we know that he recently said they give his fans some little time. I'm not sure how much time he still got, but he actually ended up facing against Daisuke Sekimoto from Big Japan. So the match was pretty good, but however, this match ended in a time limit draw of 5 minutes. I thought it was kind of dumb that they actually went it that far just to put him in 5 minutes. But I'm sure they're trying to ease him back in because we know what happened to Ibushi early this year during Noah, but we'll see. Now, our next match is one of two UWF rules matches. We have Josh Barnett versus Yu Iizuka. Now, of course, Barnett was one of the people who I thought by watching this match he was going to win it because we know he's a beast. But you look at the size differentials between both individuals. Josh Barnett, he is bigger. Yu Iizuka, he's a bit more smaller, but he's capable of taking care of himself. But it was not enough until the referee made the choice that it was over right from there. It was referee's decision. Just like that, it was done. Now, our next match, involving the UWF rules match, we have Shinya Aoki taking on El Lindaman. Now, this is the first time I see El Lindaman get involved in this type of match. I never seen him involved in UWF rules match. He's a very strong power wrestler for his size. The guy's a shorter. He's like maybe 5 foot, maybe 1 or 5'2", but the guy is strong as hell. But I don't think I ever seen him involved in UWF rules. I believe he was out of his element, but it was Aoki with a armbar submission that put away El Lindaman just like that. Now, our next match, this is our main event. This is for the LIDET UWF title match that was vacant. Now, the previous champion, Junior Fujita, I think that's his name, he actually got injured. He had no other choice but to vacate the belt. So they put in Katsuhiko Nakajima, who we haven't seen for quite some time, but we do know he made an appearance watching a GLEAT event from a distance, and he faces against Takanori Ito, the former champion. So that sets it up right there. But man, these guys went all the way. You didn't know how this was going to end, but it was, of course, Nakajima with the Fujiwara armbar that allowed him to pick up the win, and just like that, it was over. Then, of course, Nakajima applied a promo, called out El Lindaman. El Lindaman wasn't going to let him take this crap, but it is. Then Ito did, of course, his own promo, and then the roster members come out to support, knowing that this is Kaz Hayashi. Actually, the last time we get to see him, but it turns out that once he's retired from in-ring, he is not going anywhere. He's going to work with GLEAT to make a nice, perfect environment within the promotion. I thought that was really great out of him. So, we'll probably see him again somewhere down the road. But I think that's pretty much it right now with GLEAT. It's time for some news updates. Okay, so welcome to our news updates. So let's begin with, of course, updates with the promotions. The first one we got is GCW's updates. As you know, the 28th of July, we will have Bloodsport 11 that will take place at Brooklyn, New York. However, the most interesting surprise is WWE superstars and current tag team. You guys know them too well. The Creed brothers, Julius and Brutus, will be participating in this event. That means that they are the second and the third individuals within WWE, other than Shayna Baszler, that will participate in the show. Then, of course, we have the Can I Trust You event on the 4th of August in Osbury Park. Fuego del Sol will be making his appearance. And finally, the Live Fast, Die Young event taking place on the 31st of August in Chicago. Maki Ito will be in action to take on Kylie Ray. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Now, we do have, of course, the MARIGOLD stuff. Now, we do have two events coming up. With the final show before Summer Destiny, and I'll get to them. We got the full card involving in those particular matches. So let me pull that up. Now, for the Sunday event, this is the last show before then, but we will see Utami Ashida and Mirai teaming up. They face against Miko Ano and Bozilla. Then we have Nanina Takahashi, Nao Ishikawa, and Mai Sakurai taking on Nagisa Nozaki, Chiaki, and Zeta Steel. Then we have Natsumi Shozuki and Victoria Yuzuki versus Mitsa Matsui. So that's going to be interesting. And then we have Koiku Amori and Myla Grace. Then we have Chika Goto taking on Komomo Minami. So that's for this coming Sunday at the Sendai Pit, just to let you guys know. And then, of course, we have the full card for the upcoming MARIGOLD event, of course, with Summer Destiny. So this is what we do know. Julia versus Sari. Utami Hayashida versus Io Sky. The United National title will be defended. Bozilla is involved, but however, will walk out between Mirai and Miko Noi? Well, we just have to find out. And then, of course, the national finalist between Mirai versus Noya. So that's what they're saying. And then, of course, we have Nana Takahashi, Nao Ishikawa, and Mai Sakurai teaming up. Once again, they will face against Shinobu Kondori, Takao Inoue, and Nori. So that's going to be interesting. Then we have the Superfly Championship on the line. This is for who will be the inaugural. We have Misa Matsui and Natsumi Shozuki. Then, of course, we have Nagisa Nozaki and Chiaki will be teaming up. They will face Zeta Steel and Malik Grace. And then we have, of course, Kyoki Amari and Chika Goto. They team up to face Victoria Yuzuki and a mystery partner. Then we have Komomo Minami taking on Ria Seto, who just recently been renamed. So that's what's going to happen. Now, during a press conference, Julia kind of agreed to maybe what Sirius say, make this match for the red belt. So hopefully that is the case that we will see. So we'll just have to find out. Now, Deadlock Pro Wrestling for their tag festival takes place on the 7th of July. They announced Titus Alexander will face off against Mike Bailey. So that's going to be fun. Now, interesting developments have happened right now between Sendai Girls and Stardom. As you know, we will see, of course, as you know, Mika Iwata is the current white belt champion, defeating Saru Noi. She is going to face whoever comes by on the 15th. But, however, more dates have been announced between Sendai Girls and Stardom. This is what they announced. Mika Iwata will be facing against Mina Shirakawa. And then, of course, we have Starlight Kid and Miyu Amasaki. They take on Yu and Big Hash. What's her name? Hashimoto as well. Shihiro Hashimoto. So that's going to be interesting. So I think that's pretty much it for our updated promotions. Let's talk about certain things. Actwres Girls, as you know, the former members of Actwres Girls who left the promotion not too long ago, apparently they will be performing at the Summer Destiny, performing songs that they did with Actwres Girls. One of them's called Magical Jungle King, and of course, Love Riddle, which is one of my favorite ones to watch. This coming Wednesday, there's going to be a joint press conference between New Japan and Stardom. So we will see both presidents of both promotions, Tanahashi and Okada, to be involved. Not Kaguchika Okada, Taro Okada. So that's going to be this Wednesday. So pay attention to that. Kiyah Swan, as you know, she was recently released from WWE, and she's opened up to since her release. This is what she said: "They're lost, not mine." So it's true. Now, current members of the MARIGOLD roster, Kyuki Amari, and of course Shika Goto. Now they have found themselves a brand new tag team name, and they call themselves the Twin Towers. So that's very interesting to see. So they are officially a tag team now, and they are aiming for tag team gold. So if they are the only ones that I think they'll be in it, I think it's going to be fun to watch. Now, for some interesting developments as well, those who know this person, this is Kizuna Tanaka, who is the daughter of Minoru Tanaka, who I just recently talked to about in GLEAT. It was just now been told that she is officially left Pro Wrestling Wave. Now, we haven't seen her for quite some time, but however, no indications about her, retirement, but there is speculations that she could move somewhere else. So we just don't know what is going on there. So we will see. Now, Julia, as you know, she is hoping for, as you know, she hurt her wrist. This is what she had to say. Recently, pull that up real quick on this one. This is what she said for the press conference. She said the final test results for my wrist injury will be available early next week. Today, the press conference, I wanted to proudly say I'm going to return. Sorry, I'm doing everything humans can do. Please wait a little longer. Everyone pray. Suri, you should pray too. So yeah, everybody's anxious to know about that. Now, many of you have been asking about Camille, who we've been hearing that she's been spotted backstage in AEW. This is what Sean Sapp said. Here's been some of the progress on the possible Camille debut. When I say progress, I mean some materials are prepared, like graphics and the like. So basically, there is progress about that. So we will see what happens until then. Now, as you know, we got Slammiversary coming up. Apparently, PW Insider reports that we will see a crossover with NXT talent and TNA together in this one. So we will see what happens from here on out. And then, of course, finally, there's been talks about the Rascals. As you know, the people are asking, "Are we going to see the Rascals reunion?" That's not currently off the table from what they're saying. Anything's a possibility. So we'll just wait and see what happens from here on out. So I think that's pretty much it what we have. So let's just call it a day. Well, I hope everybody enjoys this episode. Coming up, we have NXT. I haven't decided if we're going to do something else before then, but we will just have to wait and see until we get there. So as you know, I'm only doing one review for the moment because of my regular day job. So for right now, we'll just end things as it is. But as I said, NXT is the priority. So I will see you guys in the next DWZ time, same DWZ channel. I must bid all of you adieu. So, goodbye. Mwah. And have a nice day. Bang.